Hello and welcome back to today's coaching video. Our question is from Slim.Sadie. I love that. Slim.Sadie with three E's. And she asked, if you're starting from ground zero, what would you prioritize? I find myself getting stuck in analysis paralysis sometimes. Yes. Okay. Let's start from the top. If you're starting from ground zero, so the first of every month is my ground zero. Mondays can be your ground zero. Tomorrow can be your ground zero. So I want you to think of when is the next time you will have a ground zero moment. Like mark that in your calendar so that you can bring like this sense of fresh energy. And so let's say my ground zero is September 1st. So this video is coming out on August 21st. My ground zero will be September 1st. So knowing that I'm starting and that I have all these things that I want to do and I'm not sure what to prioritize, I can either do a little bit of everything and not make much progress, or I can say, you know what? I have been saying that I want to make more money. I have been saying that I'm tired of being broke. I've been telling myself that this is the year that I try something new. So you have that inkling of like this deep void of whether it's a physiological need or a material need, a financial need, we all have needs. And oftentimes we run away from the very first thing that we're saying that we need. So if you're saying to yourself, I need more money, but you're not doing anything that gets you closer to an income boost, it's almost like go there. So I prioritize what I know I need. If I am telling myself I am tired of feeling low energy, then I'm going to prioritize a better diet, a more healthy fitness routine. Like, I think the hardest thing about being an adult is that we are now the adults in the room and we can't look to other adults to tell us what to do. I mean, we can, coaches, but essentially, like, we are the adults now. And we can't say, oh my gosh, like, why do I have all these cavities while you're eating chocolate every night, you know? So a lot of our desires don't match our discipline. So getting really honest with yourself. And let's use three examples. So one example is I need more money. Another example is I need more energy. And another example is I need more freedom. So these are three different needs that I am saying I want this year. And so, oh my gosh, September 1st is around the corner. How do I prioritize my desire for more money, more energy, and more freedom? Like, which of these are, yeah, going to take me in the direction of where I want to go? So, if I were in your position and these were my three needs, I would say oftentimes money can solve a lot of problems. It won't solve all your problems, but money can solve a lot of problems. I was working with a client. She's like, all right, girl, I'm ready to make money. And I'm like, all right, let's go. Like, what do you want to do? Like, I'm ready to like, let's work. I'll match your pace. She's like, well, I actually, I don't want to have to work more. And I want to make it so that it's passive from the beginning. I don't have to invest much time, but yeah, here's how much I want to make. And oftentimes I work backward. I don't say, okay, let's think of the product and then we price it. I say, how much more money do you want to make per month? Here are the three foolproof ways to get there. And so when she was like, yeah, I don't want to work more, I was like, yeah, rip up the paper. That's not going to work. You oftentimes have to sacrifice one of the elements in order to get the first one. But I often recommend sacrificing the time. So, like freedom being one of the pillars, you sacrifice that to get more money. Because when you have more money, you can then buy back your time. But having, okay, let me put it in another frame. So you have you don't have the energy and okay, yeah, you don't have much energy, you don't have much time, you don't have much money. Whatever money, or sorry, whatever time and energy you have should go towards making more money. Because a lot of times our greatest pain points can be solved with a higher quality of things that we're skimping out on. I know for a fact that there are choices that come with health, but there are also privileges that are afforded with health. And I know something as simple as, um, I don't know, just the fact that if there was something to happen to me, I can walk into any hospital and get treated. That is a privilege. There are many people with pain and there are many people with problems that they won't get checked out because their insurance isn't up to date or they're afraid of what it might cost. I literally know exactly what that's like. So I think money solves a lot of problems. It will not solve all your problems. It will not be the thing that makes you happy. It will not fulfill you, but it will take care of your basic needs to pour back into the other two. So, prioritizing whatever idea you have, I would give yourself something obnoxious. You have 7 days. Okay, I want to make more money, so I'm gonna, launch this masterclass. You have 7 days to launch it, build out the program, and start the marketing. Period. I don't mess around when it comes to goals. If you tell me what you want, I will tell you what to do. And I've worked with too many women and made people, I've worked with so many women and I've helped them make so much money. It doesn't there are no excuses that work with me because I'm like, if you really want it, I know how to get you there. But if you're also wanting to stay comfortable, if you're also wanting to hide, if you're also not wanting to be judged, if you're also wanting to stay at the same level, like you can't have both. And what comes with growth and what comes with more income is this lack of care for what other people think. And the more you get to that version of yourself that really doesn't look to other people for validation, that really operates in your own lane and just does what she feels like, that is the next level of success because my goodness. Okay, so you have 7 days. You're going to launch this workshop. You're going to launch this masterclass. And when you think about, okay, well, what do I actually do first? Anything. And you can, again, this is what ChatGPT is great for. You can bring it to ChatGPT and say, in 7 days, I'm launching a workshop to teach people how to train their dogs. And I don't know where to start. Let ChatGPT be a brainstorming partner in terms of coming up with a name, maybe designing some graphics, thinking of like a launch strategy for Instagram Live or just posting things on your page, figuring out a price point, but building the momentum. You cannot judge yourself while you're building something for the first time. You just have to do it. I know that it is terrifying to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm a fraud. I'm an imposter. I'm launching this workshop for the first time. No one's ever seen me do it. Therefore, I'm not qualified. We will doubt and we will doubt our way to destruction. There is so much opportunity to be created by just trying. And some of the loudest people are the most mediocre on the internet. So it's about time, it's high time that we got some qualified, intelligent, dynamic women with bigger mics, you know? And what's happening, there's going to be a massive shift in like I see in the next 3 to 5 years, there's going to be a bunch of like superstars. Like, just you're going to see them everywhere. They're going to build brands like Tabitha Brown. They're going to grow at a rapid pace, but there's room for those voices. And we're not looking for a carbon copy of Tabitha because she already exists. We're not looking for a carbon copy of Mel Robbins. She already exists. Bring whatever it is that you are. We don't need you to be um, a secondary version of someone else. Okay. Next part of the question. I find myself getting stuck in analysis paralysis. Yeah. Like with ADHD, analysis paralysis is not only our middle name, it's our birthright. we we will just sit and no, we will spend 2 hours categorizing our to-do list. And then after that, be like, well, that was a lot of work. Let me take a nap. Like we put all our energy in the planning and the brainstorming and the strategizing of the idea and not actually execute on it. So my way of combating that, or at least getting around that, is my planning is very minimal. It's very basic. It's very messy and scrappy. I don't take like, oh, la, 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 la. Or if I do, it's the only thing I'm going to do that day is plan and like have a big old a whiteboard. When I was living in the US, we had the massive whiteboard and all of these like notepads. That was great for that. But we don't have that right now. We need to get it in our band card place. Well, we have one actually here in our boss man place. But yeah, it's I don't force myself to map everything out on a whiteboard anymore. That used to feel like progress. Now I just know it's procrastination. So I get to work. I'm like, okay, what's one thing that is necessary for this to be like launched? I start working on the thing first, not the marketing, not the logo, not the brand name. I work on the thing. So what is it exactly that I'm building? I start putting that together because when I'm in motion and I'm building that momentum, I start to realize like, oh, and the ideas flow from that place of action, not what I've planned and mapped it out on a whiteboard. Now, this format or style might not work for you, but I'm telling you, it at least gets you closer to your goal. Okay, so I'm going to read the question one more time and see if I have any other things that download to share. But if you're starting from ground zero, what would you prioritize? I find myself getting stuck in analysis paralysis sometimes. Okay, Sadie, I also think if you are, hmm, if you're starting from ground zero, you probably also haven't been posting. So I want you to get to a place where you're consistent before you try to be creative. So just give yourself a goal to post 3 times a week. No strategy, just show up. Whatever you want to say. And you might be like, well, won't I be random? Won't people leave? Let them. Like we sometimes hold on to like 7 people. We're like, wait, what will these 7 people think? And you will lose followers every time you post. You will also gain followers every time you get clear about who it is you want to be online. And sometimes people will share like, oh my gosh, um I gained 5,000 followers this week. And then they'll share that, but I also lost 8,000. And sometimes when you get super clear about where it is you're going, people are like, oh, okay, she's in a different season or this no longer applies. We're on different journeys, but don't feel like this personal responsibility to keep everyone on the path with you. When you, I don't know, walk into a store and you're browsing the perfume, you're just seeing what's there, but you're not sure if you want to buy one yet. If you were to walk out of that store and I don't know, a clerk or manager chases you down, like, please stay, please try this perfume. And then what about this perfume? Like, please just give us another shot. We really have perfumes that you'll love. It's like, ew, leave me alone. So that's almost how it feels when we try to beg people to stay with us. Let them go. When they're ready to buy perfume, when they're ready to come back, they'll find us again. And I've had people transparently tell me, like, oh, Glow, I've had a really hard season with love. So while I'm happy for you and Stefan, I knew I had to like unfollow for a season because it was too triggering for me. And I'm like, girl, I get it. Yes, do what you got to do. It's better for people to like remove themselves than for them to lurk and like bring negative energy oh, excuse me, to your page. So I'm all about a positive space. And it's, a big reason my comments are 99% positive most of the time. It's like people know to like exit stage left, no announcement needed. Like this is a free world. Okay, I think we covered the bases. So let's just give you 3 steps. So let's say you're going to launch a workshop. I want you um, to start working on who it is, who are you serving in that workshop? Like teaching people how to train their pets, give them the date, give them the price, build the landing page, and put it out there. Now everything that you do on social media is directing people to that page. It's not sleazy, it's not salesy, it's not icky when you know that you're actually helping people. That is sometimes the hardest thing about sales is not feeling like a burden or a problem when we're telling people about what we do. But the reality is, how else will they find you? Get creative in how you talk about what you do. You don't have to say the same thing every single time. And if you are going to be an entrepreneur or someone that wants to make money on the internet in any capacity for the next, I don't know, decade or five, I recommend you get good or at least comfortable with selling because it is a part of every successful business venture. And it is probably the biggest element of what keeps a company in business. Okay. Okay. That was great. All right. If you enjoyed this straight talking, straight shooting tips and lessons, then you're going to love the Creative Reset. Check out the product description, mycreativereset.com. Check out some other workshops that I've got going on. I've got the wait list for Europe and Africa happening in 2026. Lots of exciting things happening, y'all. I'm excited for all the women that I'm going to be working with and meeting very soon. So I appreciate y'all's trust in what I do, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.